What's up guys, welcome back to the Utah Airguns channel. Today we have a very fun gun that I've been playing with for a little bit now, and I'm super impressed with it and also excited that we are now carrying this gun. So without further ado, the first thing I really like about it is the case that it comes in. It's a very nice Savior equipment case, backpack style, so that's a big plus. But the gun, some of you may recognize it. It is the Western Mordax Venom, but these, if you've seen some videos on them, you'll know that these are semi-auto and full auto capable guns. So far, they've been pretty reliable for me. I've actually 100% reliable. I've only probably put maybe 200 rounds through one, but no malfunctions. They ran flawlessly. My initial impressions are they seem to be very well made. Very simple to run for being like a full auto. They come moderated. They have a full length rail. I will say, which I know why they had to do this, but my only qualm so far with them is this section of rail is unusable because they had to kind of add some, I guess, bulk around the mag well and feeding area to accommodate it, I guess. So if you have a small scope mount or your rings need to be closer together, you might have to go forward or back because nothing can be clamped onto this part of the pick rail. So just a small letdown there, but definitely not a deal breaker for me. But yeah, they come with a carbon bottle. They are available in a few different calibers, 22, 25, and 30, I believe. I've been playing with a 30 cal, and some different barrel lengths. So this is the one I just pulled out of the case. They fold, which is awesome. I love anything that has a folding stock. This is the one I've been playing with. So this is the longer barrel version, and you can see there's a few things I've added to it. Since this one is a 30 cal and it's a full auto, you can guess that it consumes a lot of air. So we threw one of our Air Marksman 580 bottles on it, which was a big improvement. Added a little Element Helix Gen 2. This is the 4-16. We've got the RF module on there, and we threw a impulse air moderator on there just to have a little bit more volume. These are a little on the loud side, which most full autos are. It's kind of hard to make a full auto or semi-auto super quiet. And then we added a bipod on the little pick rail on the bottom. But so far, they are pretty accurate. Like at 35 yards down in our indoor range, it'll put pellets on top of each other, which is awesome. In full auto, obviously accuracy degrades as with any full auto centerfire or air rifle, but that's not a big deal. That's what you expect from ripping a magazine. And if we look at the loading mechanism, their mags are very high quality. They seem to be just one piece of billet, I think steel. They're similar to the Leshy magazines where they have a cap. So once you load it, you put this cap back over it. It has a very tight fit just to keep those pellets seated so they're not, when you're ripping semi-auto or full auto, those pellets don't come unseated and prevent the feeding. It's been an impressive rifle, to say the least. I'm very happy with it. Accuracy is definitely hunting worthy. This would be a really fun little starling or squirrel gun. I do want to mess with the long barrel in 22 cal to see what the shot count is like, because it'll definitely obviously be more than a 30 cal. A very fun rifle in a very compact package. Once you fold everything up, that's a pretty cool little package. That's pretty accurate semi-auto, so it's an absolute blast to shoot. Or if you just, want to empty your mag really fast, the select fire going to full auto is so fun. So for a use case, like obviously in the current configuration that I've set it up in, I didn't really set it up for the speed, which it's very capable of. I wanted to obviously test accuracy, and the accuracy is there. This is easily accurate enough to take headshots on basically any small game you're going to be doing. Pigeons, starlings, squirrels, and the energy's there too. I haven't gotten around to chronoing, so we'll shoot it past a chrono to see what kind of velocities we're getting and what kind of consistency we're getting. When we initially got them in, we threw an EOTech on them, and they are super fun. You can, practice some faster target acquisition if you want to run plate racks, or if you're a big, steel challenge guy that shoots it with PCC. I think this could be a really good training aid where you got the semi-auto, you get pretty good accuracy, and you could set up kind of the same target array that you would shoot on in whatever competition you're shooting. This would be a great, just like I said, a great training aid. You get trigger time away from having to drive to, you know, a center fire range. This would be a pretty good backyard plinker if you want to continue to practice your speed. I'll say this, not hesitant, tentatively, before we really get into the testing, but I think this would be a great just all-around gun. It's fun. You can do semi-auto, full auto, so you get that wow factor. You know, like I said, you can go impress the boys. This would be really fun to shoot with your kids. But then at the same time, you've got enough accuracy and air volume after you put a bigger tank on it to take it hunting and shoot small game, have some good pest control. Only shooting pellets, so this isn't going to be an ideal, you know, 100-yard plus gun. I would say probably 75 and in, but the accuracy is definitely there. Kind of a quick little overview. We'll go down and do some shooting with this setup just to show the accuracy. We'll rip it in full auto a few times, talk about the shot count. Yeah, let's go see what it can do on the range. All right, guys, we're in the range. Got a mag loaded up. We're gonna start by doing just an accuracy test, slow fire, doing some 5-shot groups with the chrono next to it so we can see what kind of velocities we're getting, how consistent it is. So let's start with that. Do one more 5-shot. I pulled the first shot in that group. The trigger isn't amazing. It's not horrible, but I'll do one more 5-shot group below that. Just finish off the mag. Okay, so that's not bad. Velocities are pretty consistent. We're still in the green on air, so not horrible. 850s is pretty good for a 45 grain pellet. That's plenty of energy for small game. I am interested to see what the 22 would do, which we'll probably do another video later on, taking these out hunting, and I will build out a 22 cal for that. So not bad at all. I pulled this first shot. I'm still not used to the trigger, but being that they're 30 cal, they are ripping big holes, but it's very accurate. I don't have a rear rest either because it's kind of hard to get any kind of bag to support that without getting in the way of my shoulder. So it could definitely do better, but given the circumstances, just going off a bipod, that's great accuracy. After 2 mags with a 580 bottle, we are down to like 160 bar. The operating, like the green, if you look right here, Cole, the operating part of the reg goes from 150 to 250. And the velocity stayed super consistent throughout there. I think your main reg is like 155. As with any gun, once you drop off the reg, that's when your velocities will start to drop, and we were just right on that line. So we did see the velocity drop a little bit when we went full auto because of the refresh rate, but that's expected. All right, so I'm gonna show you how we load the mag. So you pull this cap off. There's 2 magnets in there that hold that on there. It's a very tightly machined fit. And then just load it like any other mag. I'm gonna take that cap, you just gotta line up the teeth. Sometimes it can be a little finicky. There you go. Clamps on right there, and then obviously skirt is facing towards you. Oops, you gotta make sure that little bolt is forward, and then rotate it in and lock that upwards. Now you're ready to go. Okay, we're gonna do a full auto accuracy test now. All right, we'll put it on to full. It's always fun flipping a selector switch to full auto. Yeah, that's better than the first time I did it. So that was the first shot, and then like the recoil and the cadence of fire kind of made me, when I resettled, it would fire and then come back up here. You wouldn't think this would have a lot of recoil, but it's a little bit more than you'd think. But that's not bad, you know, if you wanted to blitz a skunk or a raccoon, you could, before he started going crazy, you could probably put a few rounds on him. So that's fun. Now we've got our little cowbell down there, and I'm gonna just empty the mag on it. You can't even hear it. But I stacked every one of them on there. That's pretty cool. This gun is so fun. If you're looking for just an absolute blast every time you shoot it, this is the way to go. Okay, we've got a smaller target down there. It's a prairie dog with like a head popper. I'm just gonna try and shoot the body, see if I can put the whole mag on there. I almost tipped it over. That was cool. It started leaning to the side. All right, guys, that is a quick overview on the Western Mordax Venom. It's just a fun gun. Super fun, but you still get a pretty high degree of accuracy and consistency out of the velocities. We're also gonna do a follow-up video where we take one of these to the dairy, or when the snow flies, we'll probably head up to our starling spot where we shot all those starlings. I think this would be a super fun one to have up there. Yeah, look out for that follow-up video, but let us know your thoughts on the Mordax Venom. Let us know if there's other semi-autos you want to see videos on. I think we're planning on doing a video on the Taipan Slash. We'll be doing a video on that. It's not full auto, but it is semi-auto. Another great gun. But yeah, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to share the video, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.